grows out of the other, and both are part of jazz.
And I, in my bed.
Our next vocalist, Sheila Jordan, draws as much inspiration from instrumentalists as she does from singers. One of her most important influences was the great saxophonist Charlie Parker. In the performance we're about to see, she takes an original musical line written by Charlie Parker and adds her own words explaining how important his influence was in her own life. It is an outstanding tribute, linking instrumental melody, words, and vocal performance. Jazz singers call this form of singing an instrumental line with newly fitted words, vocalese.
At times I wonder where my life would be if I'd never heard the music of bird. Back when I was just a kid, I listened to each precious note floating out of his horn so many years ago. What a treat it used to be for me to hear him, the thrill of being near him. I lived for every song that he played from his heart. Bird brought a special world to me, and by leading the way, I've learned to live my life from the dues that he paid. He turned me on to sounds I never heard before by listening to those wonderful songs he put into every phase. Somehow, I find it rather strange knowing that there are us who really love him, while so many aren't even aware of his name. I feel blessed that I grew up during all of those wonderful years, surrounded by the joy that he gave. There's nothing in life that will ever have the meaning for me or can give me the thrill like hearing Charlie Parker. Oh, do, 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 do.
One of the original female vocalese singers was British-born Annie Ross, who in 1952 took a saxophone solo by Wardell Gray, set some unusual lyrics to it, and released it on a record as a tune called Twisted. It became an immediate success. It has been re-recorded by various singers since then, one of the most recent being Joni Mitchell. A few years later, Annie Ross joined Dave Lambert and John Hendricks. And as Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross became famous in the late 50s for their version of Count Basie big band arrangements, which they rescored for their voices. We're about to see a television show made in 1959 in which Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross do the famous Basie tune Every Day, originally done by vocalist Joe Williams and the whole band. In this arrangement, they use a combination of scat singing and lyrics and manage, with only a rhythm section behind them, to recreate the rich sound of the original recording.
Every night.
Especially watch Annie with her great vocal flexibility and enormous range sing the part of various instruments in the band. Most dramatically, the high lead trumpet part.
Run away and hide, but find they follow me. Run away and hide, but find they there. Well, get up, yeah. Get fed up, they'll let up. Get up and go now. Let up and go now. You give them their way every day, yes, every doggone day.
You're singing the blues each time I see you.
Every day.
Singing the blues, those blues won't free you.
Every day.
I thought it suspected once you shake 'em.
Every day.
But now I can dig there what you make 'em.
Every day.
Soon as he's waking,
Every day I have the blues. Every dawn and he digs, they're waiting at a wicket. Every day. Well, every day I have the blues.
what are you gonna get but blues?
Which did I get help you, baby? What can I do? See me worried, baby. I bet because it's you I hate to lose. What about settling? How you gonna keep him from that? Nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care. Nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care. Speaking of bad luck and trouble, well, you know I've had my share. I'm packing up my suitcase. I'm moving on down the line. Well, there ain't nobody worried, and there ain't nobody crying. Seems to me every day I hear him singing a song. It's clear his blues are doing the song. Just wait, he'll sing it out of the way. Looks like they're coming to save me at stage. Well, stage because it's you. I need to lose some here every day. It's all blues are doing it. I have I dig every day. I dig if we're singing the blues. I dig if what he's talking about. I dig blues. I dig in the blues. Dig, baby, and every day you'll blow your blues away.
There is a direct link between Annie Ross singing with Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross to Sheila Jordan. Both are saying, in a way, that the standard material for vocalists, ballads and popular songs, are not enough, that there is a whole body of work created by jazz composers, arrangers, and especially improvising instrumentalists that is powerful, challenging, and important, that needs and deserves to be part of a vocalist's repertoire. Jay Clayton also is concerned with instrumentalists as a source for her singing. In fact, she wants to use her voice to be an instrumentalist. When she sings with a group, it is not really as a singer. It is as another horn player, blending her voice with the other instruments, phrasing the melody as they do, improvising as they do. Listen to the way Jay and Jane Ira Bloom, the saxophonist, play off each other, exchanging ideas and phrases, building an intensity of communication in the best tradition of jazz. Jay, vocalizing as a horn player, is an extension of scat singing, using syllables instead of words to create an instrumental sound with the voice, freeing the vocalist from the standard singer's role. There is a whole tradition of wonderful scat singers, but one who stands out because she also uses her voice as an instrumentalist sitting in with a band is Anita O'Day. We're going to see Anita in 1958 singing as if she's the featured saxophone with the Les Brown Band.
2, 3, 4.
The tune is the jazz classic Four Brothers, written for the four-man saxophone section of the Woody Herman Band by saxophonist Jimmy Giuffre. Here, you'll see Anita take the part of one of the saxophones. In fact, you can see one of the saxophones not playing as Anita sings his part. An inspired performance for a singer or a saxophonist. One that undoubtedly opened the way for singers such as Jay Clayton to develop their own instrumental approach to singing. I've been glad to look with you at some of the many women who, through their art and their talent, have contributed to the development of jazz singing. We've covered a range of contemporary vocal styles, and with this fine collection of jazz films, have been able to travel in time and review some important singers in the history of jazz. What I'm left with, looking at these different singers, is something I've also learned from my own experience. There are many reasons to sing jazz. The bright lights and sound of applause, the special energy from your audience, and the warmth of shared communication with other musicians. For some, there's the concert tours, the records, the recognition. But the real reason we sing jazz is simple. There's no other feeling in the world quite like it. Nothing gives that special joy. Nothing takes its place. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. A lucky, lucky stars above, but not for me. With love to rule the way, I found more skies of gray than any Russian play could guarantee. I was a fool to fall and get that way. Oh, alas, and also lack-a-day. Although I can't dismiss the memory of